So, I don't know who needs to hear this, but women are allowed to be broke.
What?
Baby, the dumbest thing I've heard today is that
Women are allowed to be broke. Yep, I said it.
Have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up. Good.
I think women are running out of things to say on the internet. Because if you think for 1 second that women are and were allowed to be broke, you have got to be one of the most delulu people on this planet. It's your boy, the Street Mechanic. Let's hear her out, and then we'll talk about it.
So, I don't know who needs to hear this, but women are allowed to be broke. Yep, I said it. It's men that are not allowed to be broke. It's you men that are not allowed to be broke. And the only men that are going to have a problem with what I'm saying are broke men, stingy men, and men that are not providers. This whole what does a woman bring to the table debacle, that's why I never understood why a woman would be offended when a man calls her broke when she asks him for money. Like, duh, I'm supposed to be broke. I'm supposed to be a damsel in distress, dummy. You're never going to know how much money I make, if I make any at all. Because bottom line, a man that got money ain't checking for a woman who got money. A man that is secure in his finances is not checking to see what old girl is bringing to the table financially.
That don't make no sense.
Okay, you heard it. Now let's talk about it. Women are not allowed to be broke. Y'all were not allowed to be broke. What y'all were, though, was not having to worry about spending your own damn money. That's what that was. No, you should not be a damsel in distress when it comes to finances. No, you should not. Ladies, in 2025, going into 2026, definitely do not want to be broke. But a lot of y'all are, even while y'all working. And despite what this chick is saying, you're not allowed to be broke. What y'all bring to the table is a legit argument, is a legit conversation, because men don't want no broke chicks. Now, I knew I stood on this island by myself for a while when I said men should be checking to see what women are making. Because you don't want to end up with some shit that can't help you when times get rough if y'all are in a relationship together. You need someone that has your back while you have theirs. And if that's the case, she can't be broke. So she can't be allowed to be broke. And furthermore, when were women allowed to be broke? Because I remember back in the day, your mama told you, don't go nowhere without having money. So that means you couldn't go anywhere and be broke. It is what it is. So let's not start this little trend thing here about, oh, women are allowed to be broke. No, you're not. Especially now. You might be working and be broke, but to be totally ass broke, no. That was never a thing. That was never a thing. You were not allowed to be broke. You might have been broke by something that happened, but you weren't allowed to be broke. No one walks around and says, oh, yeah, by the way, you can be broke. It's okay. No. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And if we're going to keep it current, you definitely are not allowed to be broke. It is what it is. This shouldn't even be a conversation. This shouldn't even be a talking point. You are supposed to be there to help your partner, and your partner's supposed to be there to help you. If you're broke, you can't help your partner. And a man definitely, yes, he shouldn't be broke. You're right about that. Men should not be broke. Because we have to be the providers and the protectors, and we have to do all this with the world on our shoulders. But it'd be a lot easier if the woman wasn't broke. And nowadays, I stood on this island by myself when I said men should be checking for what women are making. Because you don't want to go into, a relationship with the brokey. Plain and simple. Because all she's going to do is mooch off of you. I stood on the island by myself when I said that we as men should be checking for what women make. I see some people kind of jumped on the island now, but I've already been saying that. You should not want to date a broke woman. It's not beneficial to you. When you need her help, she should be able to help you, and vice versa. The only thing I agree with in that whole entire statement of hers is that men should not be broke. That is it. Everything else,
let's agree to disagree.
Like she did, trash. It's trash. Plain and simple. Men should check for women, make sure that she's making enough amount of her money in case anything happens, she can hold it down, and you should make enough money for the same thing so you can hold it down if anything happens. It takes two right now. As they say, two to tango, it definitely does. So don't listen to chicks like this. I don't know where she was trying to go with this. I guess you're trying to get a little 15 minutes, but with this statement, that's not it. This is definitely not it. It's bad enough women are walking around here now, some women, broke, homeless, everything else under the sun, and still trying to get men to provide for them. Even after insulting men, especially black men, all the time, but yet and still you want us to come to your rescue. Listen, the word broke, which I'll probably talk about in another video, has been a broken word for some time now, because no matter what you make, if you can't provide a lifestyle for a certain person of the female persuasion, they'll consider you broke. And you could be making decent money. If you don't do things for them that they want you to do, the first thing they're going to say is you're broke. So listen, I've also said, standing on the island by myself, we should treat those same women like they treat us. There was a guy a while back that was like, "No, you can't do that." Look at us now. You got to do it. They've got to see being broke is not the thing to be. Plain and simple. Women might be greedy, but they definitely don't want to be broke. It is what it is.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.